Oxford offering rowing, kayaking and canoeing. The club was formed in 1869, 150 years ago. The boathouse was built in 1958. It's very old and it's really not fit for purpose anymore. Falcon's based in the city centre of Oxford, right next to the river, and on the river here we have lots of university boathouses and students are well catered for with rowing. Falcon's one of the only clubs that caters for the local residents of Oxford and allows them to explore the water and to exercise on the river, which we see as the biggest playing field in Oxford.
So tell us a little bit about where we are in the city, what kind of people come down, how many people come down?
So we're based near the city centre in Oxford, where you have approximately 450 members of the club, that's juniors and adults, rowing, kayaking and canoeing. But we also have a lot of outreach, so we work with local schools, disability groups and youth centres to get more people on the water. We also have a very strong canoeing and rowing club with one of the local schools. We call it a satellite club at Falcon. It's one of the first rowing clubs at a state school, which has been a great success.
So a lot of the boats are not inside the boathouse because the boathouse is too small, isn't it? They're all outside. So just say a little bit more about that, Nick.
Yeah, sure. Let's have a look at this boathouse. So we have an old wooden boathouse. It's about 60 years old and it's in pretty bad shape at the moment. The boathouse is full of rowing boats and kayaks, but we have more boats than we can fit inside the building. So we have a number of houses and compounds and containers, which we'll have a look at now. So let's have a look around here. So this is one of the compounds which has got some of our rowing boats and a couple of containers with the kayaks. We have another compound here with some more boats. These are actually the local school who keep their boats there. And then we have 4 containers with kayaks. Each container has 16 boats in, so we have a large number of boats which are very valuable being kept in these containers. So part of the new boathouse is to store more securely all our boats and to have other facilities which we'll talk about now. Yeah.
So the changing rooms in a really decrepit state, aren't they? Just show us a little bit more about those.
Yeah, the changing rooms were the top priority in our survey, that people wanted to have much better changing rooms. Let's go and have a look. If we walk through, we'll go into the men's changing room to start with. So the room is much too small and it's in a really bad state of repair. In the summer, at the height of our season, we can have maybe 80 people needing to use this room on a Saturday morning. The showers are really too small, not enough of them, and yeah, we've got some repairs that needs to be done up to the roof at the moment, to the ceiling. And there's only one toilet for the men and a couple of urinals, but as you can imagine, this gets very busy and it's not really fit for purpose. The women's changing rooms is even smaller, so let's take a look at these. We have a couple of small showers and a couple of toilets. Unfortunately, the drains to the toilets have collapsed underground, so they block very regularly, and so that's quite a major job that needs to be done. And this room can also have 30 or 40 people sometimes trying to use it at the same time. So the old boathouse we have has a very fragile roof with wooden beams, and we've tried repairing it a lot, but at the moment we've got to the situation where if anyone gets up onto the roof to do any repairs, they actually cause more damage. So we really find it very difficult. The second priority on our survey from the members was to have better gym space. So at the moment we have a very small room. It's just got a few rowing ergs at the moment. It's really not sufficient for what we want. and for our increased membership we need a bigger space. We also would like to have a space where we can do circuit training and maybe also use that room for things like Pilates and Zumba lessons.
So the social space we've got at Falcon is really, really limited, isn't it?
It is. We don't really have much at all, and I think the social space is overlooked in its importance to a club. We really want to have somewhere where people can congregate before training sessions and after training sessions, places where parents and family can maybe meet and during training sessions as well. At the moment we just have a couple of tables and benches, and the kitchen area consists of a sink, a kettle and a microwave.
So one of the real problems with the boathouse is that the size, the size of it, and the fact that it's dilapidated is really limiting our ability to engage with the community.
Yes, that's correct. We know there's a requirement, there's a need. People want to come and use the boathouse. We've got less support from many of the groups that we're working with saying that they will use it if we can get something which is better, bigger, safer. A safer environment is really important for the local schools. So we've got planning permission in place to start a build. The build will be a bigger boathouse. It'll address all the points we've looked at so far, so more boat storage, better changing facilities, gym space, social space. So all those things will be addressed. We've been very lucky with our fundraising, but what we've also done in the last 12 months, we were a bit ambitious with our original plans, so we've looked at how we can cut costs out of our plans, and we've managed to cut out some of the maybe non-essential things, and now the project is going to cost us £900,000 to build. We've raised £600,000, that's in the bank now. We're really fortunate that a local person's offered £150,000 in match funding. So if we can find someone who can match that £150,000, that gets us to our goal. That will get us the green light to get this project going, and we really are in a position to start that at the end of this summer.